Alrighty guys, we're back for a Simic pool party, and this is a March of the Machine, the Aftermath Standard Brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Redcat, and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link as well as that brand new Patreon link down in the description if you're interested in joining either of those up. Speaking of the Patreon, this was a patron suggestion, so thank you so much for the suggestion. It was essentially to play Kiora, Sovereign of the Deep. So here it is. It's a 5 mana, 4/5 legendary creature, has Vigilance and Ward 3. Whenever you cast a Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, or Serpent spell from your hand, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is that spell's mana value. You may cast a spell with mana value less than X from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Honestly, it's not half bad looking. The big problem is, right, once you get to 5 mana, the game is being wrapped up by the incredibly aggressive deck that your opponent is playing, so hopefully we have enough in here to ramp us a little bit and survive a little bit longer. But what kind of Krakens, Leviathans, Octopus, and Serpents do we have in here? Well, we have a couple Tidal Terrors here. This is the Octopus. It's a 6 mana, 5/6. It has Island Cycling for 2, so you can pay 2, discard it, search your library for an Island card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a basic island, so that's noteworthy, right? Now, also on this card, whenever it attacks, you may tap 2 other untapped creatures you control. If you do, Tidal Terror can't be blocked this turn. That actually works out quite nicely with like the Vigilance on Kiora, but it also kind of sort of works with like Reservoir Kraken too. So here's one of the Krakens. It's a 4 mana, 6/6 trample, ward 2. At the beginning of combat, of each combat, right? So on your opponent's turn as well. If Reservoir Kraken is untapped, any opponent may tap an untapped creature they control. If they do, tap Reservoir Kraken and create a 1/1 blue fish creature token with this creature can't be blocked. So what happens is if your opponent ends up tapping down this beast of a card, then you still have a fishy, and that fishy has summoning sickness, so you could end up tapping that fishy for Tidal Terror's ability, which could be pretty cool. Like, especially if you have Kiora swinging in with the Vigilance and they tap down Kraken, then you tap the fish, tap the Kiora, and then Tidal Terror can't be blocked. That's actually a really neat little synergy, huh? So what other Krakens and nonsense do we have in here? Hullbreaker Horror. 7 mana, 7/8. It has flash. It can't be countered. Whenever you cast a spell, choose up to 1. And then you can either return target spell you don't control to its owner's hand, or return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Yeah, very powerful creature, guys. The biggest issue is actually getting to the 7 mana. Hopefully, we have like a little bit of ramp packed in here, but yeah, not too much to actually call it a ramp build. Speaking of which, guys, yeah, I could have made it a teamer build to actually fit the channel theme, but I thought we'd take a step out of our comfort zone a little bit, cheat on that channel theme, and just try like Simic, whatever this is, Simic mid-range, I guess. Or I guess we could call it ramp. You could maybe call it tempo, really, or combo, honestly. So yeah, and plus we have a couple other teamer builds to go over in the upcoming weeks as well. So if you guys want to see like teamer ramp, let me know in the comments, because I've had that one ready. All right, the main one, guys, Tolarian Terror is a 7 mana, 5/5 Serpent. Now, we see this all the time in Mono Blue, but I think it's going to be terrific in here as well. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard, and then it also has Ward too. There's a lot of Ward in this deck, which is pretty cool, huh? So what's insane about this is it costs 1 less, so you can play this out for relatively cheap while Kiora is on the board, and it doesn't matter how much you spent on it, it's still a 7 mana Serpent, so you will see the top X, which would be 7 in that case, and then you'll be able to cast anything less than 7, so you won't be able to cast like a Hullbreaker Horror because it's also 7, but we have like, you know, you could cast a Tidal Terror with it, for example, but we also have a couple other really neat things to hit with it, like Titania's Command as a 1/of. It is a 6 mana sorcery. Choose 2. Exile target player's graveyard. Do not target your own. That would be really bad. You gain 1 life for each card exiled this way. Unless there's like, I guess there could be moments where gaining life would be fine, but like we like to have cards in the graveyard for the terror. But yeah, I guess there would be moments somewhere. Anyways, search your library for up to 2 land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Nice. Create 2/2 green bear creature tokens. Nice. And then the bottom ability, put 2+1/+1 counters on each creature you control. All the commands happen to be relatively decent. And hitting a Titania's command off of a Tolarian Terror while Kiora's on the board just sounds like way too much fun, huh? Okay, what else do we got packed in here, guys? We went over Reservoir Kraken. C double would be another great card to hit with that Kiora ability, but also just like in general, keep an eye out for this card. The 4-mana instant speed, it can't be copied. You choose one of these abilities, but if an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, you choose both of these abilities. That's not going to come into play too often, I don't think, at least, but yeah, you never know. So you can either copy target spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Okay, and then the bottom ability, create a token that's a copy of target creature. Dude, this just looks pretty solid all around, man. So like if you swung in with one of your Tolarian Terrors or whatever, and the opponent thinks they're gonna get a pretty decent swing in, and then you just like drop a C double, copy your Terror, it's a 5/5, man. It becomes like a great blocker. And that's not even like the greatest example of the nonsense you can do as C double, but like it's still decent enough, man. It actually just kind of looks disgusting, honestly. But yeah, so imagine you got Kiora out there and you play like your Tidal Terror and you hit a C double off of it. Then you could always like copy your opponent's creatures too. So create a token that's a copy of target creature, man. It could be your opponent's Atraxa or your opponent's Atali. I don't know, man. Keep your eye on this card. I think it's going to be worth the 2 of for sure. So what else do we got packed in here, guys? We got 3 Thirst for Discoveries, 3-mana instant speed, draw 3, then discard 2 cards unless you discard a basic land card. We do got a lot of basics packed in here. Generally speaking, though, you're completely fine with just discarding a couple instants or sorceries as well to make your terrors even cheaper. Got a couple of Tranquil Frillbacks, just another great card to hit off of the Kiora ability, because if you are playing the terror for relatively cheap, and you hit a Frillback with that Kiora ability, then you probably have some extra mana open too, and maybe just paying that extra green, gaining 4 life could go a very long way, huh? Frillback is just kind of a great utility piece. We got 3 Joint Explorations. It's a 2-mana instant speed with a kicker cost for 1 green. You scry 2, then draw a card. If the spell was kicked, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Pretty decent, man. There could be things like having 3 mana open and like a Fading Hope in hand, and there could be a tempo play where you do all 3 of the mana, so you kick this, and you play an open island, because it doesn't say anything about tapping the land or anything, right? You play the island, and then you can still a tempo out with your Fading Hope. Which brings me to Fading Hope, guys. All 4 of them going to be terrific in here. The extra scry is going to be awesome too, which is why I'm like relatively confused onto what to call the deck, whether it's tempo or mid-range or ramp or combo. It's just I have no idea. But yeah, all 4 Fading Hopes and all 4 Make Disappears as well. So Fading Hope can bounce something back and maybe we can take it out with Make Disappear later on. Also have a single Syncopate too. I didn't want too many counterspells in here. I really wanted to focus on that Kiora ability, and hitting a counterspell with the Kiora ability doesn't really work out in your favor unless you flash in Hullbreaker Horror on top of a card that you want to counter, and then like you just happen to see the Make Disappear with the Kiora ability, right? So outside of that, I didn't want too many. Syncopate's going to be a good one in this deck in particular too, since we have like 26 lands, so X could be a lot. We also have Deeproot Wayfinder here. It's a 2-mana 2/3 Merfolk Scout, and when Wayfinder deals combat damage to a player or battle, you surveil 1. Which could of course be really good to stock up our graveyard early on. Again, making that terror cheap early on is going to be very good. Then you may return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tap, so a little bit of ramp as well. Nice. Okay, honorable mentions. We have a Consider over here because we know how good the card is with cards like Terror, but I don't know about this deck in particular. And yeah, I thought about like more ramp and stuff. Azusa's Many Journeys is a decent one. Like I brought up that Teamer ramp as well. Again, let me know if you guys want to see some Teamer ramp soon. But yeah, I just like, so first of all, this isn't an instant or sorcery, and I really wanted to lean into the terror side of this deck. So yeah, it's an enchantment. I thought about Mulch. I think this could be really cool in here. It is sorcery speed. I think it does slow us down on some occasions, but you know, it's in the honorable mentions for a reason. Invasion of Segovia. When you flip a battle, it does say like you cast it transformed, and it is a serpent. However, Kiora specifically says cast from your hand. So although this could still be a cool one for the build, right? Thought about running yeah, thought about running Realmbreaker. Thought about Slogurk a little bit. Again, Invasion of Zendikar. I thought about just going full-on ramp here. This is a battle siege. It's not an instant or sorcery, so I really, really leaned into the Serpent and the Kiora ability for this build and just skipped a lot of the different ramp pieces. Blade Coiled Serpent could be a really cool one to just have with Kiora, but since the other ones are black and red, I think we'd want to probably either go Teamer, right? Or go Sultai. And I just wanted to stick to Simic this time around. And Blade, yeah, I don't know. This is a pretty underplayed card, isn't it? Seems pretty powerful. And then no Pain Land this time round because we're rocking the Brokers Hideout, because Brokers Hideout works well with Wayfinder, and it's a little bit of life gain, which could come in handy. You got the Spara's headquarters because it does have island in the name, so technically our Tidal Terror can grab us a blue or a green source if we want to also grab the Spara's headquarters with it. And all the Dreamroot Cascades again, instead of the Pain Land. I didn't want to be taking any damage from the mana base. Who endures Soaring City, heavily leaning towards blue. Okay, guys. Like I said, a little bit out of my comfort zone, so it took me a little bit longer to go over as well. Let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. Right into that first game, guys. Let's go. Okay. So, was I supposed to not buy this awesome Kiora avatar? Like, oh my goodness. The summertime bundle is so cool. Honestly, as much as I don't... Okay, wait, hold on. I should focus for a second. This is fine. This is all right. Anyways, as much as I don't like wasting gold on cosmetics, I kind of hope they do more cosmetics like this. It's very fun, very cool. Should we have done Broker's Hideout first to thin out the deck? Maybe. I don't mind doing it now, honestly. Don't mind keeping Syncopate open, but I'd rather have Syncopate open with Joint Exploration on 3. We should grab the second green source now, too. Having multiple green sources is important for when we see Frillback. Okay. Okay, Joint Exploration is open with Syncopate. Syncopate for 2. If we saw Wayfinder last turn, we probably would have just played out an island and played that instead, but... Storefront? Sure. I mean, whatever works, man, you know? That's funny. Alright, so they're probably passing, so we'll do Joint Exploration, and we'll kick it, because we have a good chance of... Oh, Frillback, okay. Getting some life off of it. I don't mind keeping both of these on top. The extra island we'll play, and then we'll play the 5th island here. Then, I mean, yeah. Why not? Why not, man? This is a good example if the opponent was running like a more aggressive deck. See, we'd have the Fading Hope open to play that turn too, which is really cool. Okay, 5 mana. Actually, if we would have had the Fading Hope to play last turn, then Terror would be 5 and we'd be able to play that for the turn. I'm going to keep Syncopate for 2, and we're going to attempt Wayfinder and see if like a Go for the Throat comes out of their hand. And keep the Frillback back in hand for now. A pretty slow start, but it was a slow start for the opponent too, so... Okay. I don't know what we're up against because they've only played land. Celestis, let's go. Okay, we should probably hit Celestis though, huh? X is 2. Celestis is pretty good, and it helps decks like that filter very fast and very nicely. Alright, we probably start with the swing on Wayfinder, see what we see. There's our C double. I wonder how good it's going to be here. Terror? No, I'm keeping the Terror on top. Alright. Oh, except it shuffles back in because Brokers Hideout. Well, it's fine. Didn't really have to think about it then, huh? Grab a forest. You know what? I am just gonna cast this. I hope it's not just a Sunfall, but like, it is what it is if it's a Sunfall. Like, the only thing we're holding open for that turn then was the C double and the Fading Hope, and it's not exactly something we want to hold open when we don't know what we're up against. Like, if we know we're up against, like, powerful Planeswalkers or something. Okay, depopulate. Well, it is gonna be a Sunfall style build then. Frillback, what are you thinking, buddy? What are you thinking? Are you thinking I should have let the Celestis come down? Honestly, I guess we just keep C double open. As much as I want to play a creature, is it worth playing a utility creature like Frillback? Realm Breaker. Okay. Okay. So that's going to be fun to pick up with the Frillback then. And pass it back to us. We need to start seeing a little bit more. We do have cards that help us draw too. So those would be nice. Alright, Frillback. Let's do this, buddy. I do not want to see double here. Yet, right? Yeah, a lot of little synergies going on in this deck, huh? So pay 1. Pay 2 for the life. Should I exile their grave? Sure. Let's do this. Alright. Destroy target artifact, exile their grave, gain 4 life. Target artifact, target player. Nice. They can activate this. I don't mind milling, huh? C double, Kraken. Oh, the Kraken would have been really good, though. I hit a Broker's Hideout. Yeah, makes sense. Nice. What's up? This is I guess a quirky matchup, huh? Might be a long game, dude. So we have 3 more Terrors. We have all 3 Kioras. And, you know, worst comes to worst, that we see double the Frillback. We can do the copied Frillback's ability, because it's an ETB ability. Other than that, it's kind of an awkward game for the C double, isn't it? Okay. I'm not going to use the Fading Hope on the Frillback. Not yet, at least. I guess if they go for another board wipe at some point, we can bounce the Frillback back to hand and protect it that way. That could totally be fine. I still don't mind. Okay, Field of Ruin. Okay, we'll grab probably a blue source still. No, we have enough blue sources. We might as well grab another green, just in case. You never know. Oh my goodness, was Kiora on top of the deck? That makes me a little sad, guys. I think that's what that meant. I think Kiora was on top. Aw. Well. Some of our draw spells might be better than Kiora anyways right now. Just being able to see more would be nice. And yeah, like, we could use the C double, like, at the end of their turn, have another Frillback to attack in with. I just don't know. I don't know if that's that good, man. I'm gonna protect it. I'm going to. We have, like, no targets for the Fading Hopes. Make disappear. I'm gonna send that to the bottom. At this point, do we keep Frillback in hand to have better targets, or do we just play it? I think we just play it, guys. And we'll go twice this time. Right? Because we need to start swinging in as well. And decline. And we go target player's grave. Gain 4. Weird match, guys. Very weird. We haven't seen too much from the opponent. We've seen a lot of lands from the opponent. Maybe their whole hand is land. Hey, there's Kiora. All right. Now we need some of our serpents and stuff too, though. All right, start with the swing. Down to 16. I mean, we play this, but I'm relatively concerned about a board wipe. If it's like a big old chunky board wipe, maybe we'll have the make disappear. Like a farewell. But we have Fading Hope. Ward on the Kiora. Okay, Sunfall. Make disappear, ditch the Frillback. Is fine. It's better than just bouncing Kiora back, right? Casualty. This is where like the Celestis on their board would have really come in handy. So they don't want to pay this. They probably just want to keep the 3 open, but now they don't have like spot removal because Kiora has the ward 3. What am I doing here? I guess I target Sunfall, right? Yes. I don't casualty the make disappear very often. Okay. Okay. Who endures? I guess we'll keep in hand. C double. Really not doing anything this game, but I promise there's gonna be somewhere where the C double does really well. Realistically, we just need to get more on the board, but yeah, we're gonna keep Who Endures in hand against a deck that's already played 2 artifacts that they don't mind keeping on the board. Weird game, but I guess it's just Esper control. I'm not sure what Realm Breaker's doing in here, but it does ramp. It does. That top ability like isn't half bad. We know that from when we played the Realm Breaker build a little while ago. Like it's just not half bad. Then the bottom ability is absolutely broken, but I mean I'm sure they probably have some Praetors in here then, huh? X is 6. Okay, let's see here. Destroy all other creatures. So we could see double. Is that how that works? Would the X still be 6 if we saw double? So first of all, we gotta save Kiora, right? I guess we can resolve that, and then we'll go... I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it, guys. We're like not doing anything else here. It is. It's X is 6. That's really cool. Oh no, theirs happens though, and it destroys. Oh. That's right. That's right. Well, I said I wanted to try it. The C double was the only card we technically wasted there, but yeah. All right, before I plop Kiora back onto the board, I'm gonna see what we see with the joint exploration for the turn, because we might see something a little better. Now we should send those to the bottom and see what we get. Okay, more land. Yeah, for some reason I was thinking like, oh, we'll both have 6 of these, only I'll get the swing in first, and so like, and they can't block. Okay, so should I just like, should I hit one of these? I might as well. Guys, we might as well. The game's been going on for a while. The opponent has like 6 cards in their hand still. I wasted the C double. Okay. Yeah, the poison's really bad because we've been gaining so much life this whole game. Also, they gained life there too. So is this just Esper board wipes, man? They have 3 different board wipes here. Breach the Multiverse. Oh my goodness. Before we lose, I would love to see a serpent off the top. We just like play it out for one and then use the Kiora ability because we're about to lose probably. I'd really love to see a serpent off the top. This was fun though. This was a fine time. We got to do a thing here and there. This is one of those games where like the C double, the Breach the Multiverse was obviously like way better, but we had no idea what we were up against, man. And there's a Kaya too. Oh, they took one of my terrors. Okay, Thirst for Discovery. This could help us find a terror. Actually, we got, oh yeah, Tidal Terror. There's actually multiple things named Terror in here. So this could be cool. Yes, Kiora ability, first game, let's go. Thirst or Frillback. Frillback gets us another blocker and we get to take out one of the artifacts. Fading Hope, okay. Thirst for Discovery is pretty good too. Go Frillback. And then we go Auto Pay. This is cool, guys, this is cool. Yeah, we should just take out one of the toxic creatures, because now we can block all 3 toxic creatures. Oh, no, we can't. Kaya's just going to obliterate everything. And they took one of the 5/5, so we can't successfully swing. Really cool, guys. This is really cool. Had I not wasted the C double, there was a chance of actually just copying the Breach the Multiverse and just getting ridiculous with it. So, I mean, blame me, not the deck here. Honestly, there might have been a small chance. There really might have been. And I wonder if we're going to see any more interesting scenarios with... Wow, they just go for the Sunfall, man. What a brutal looking deck, dude. What on earth? Yeah, we needed a... Oh, Tolarian Terror. Yeah. I probably missed an opportunity to call the deck some form of terror, but yeah, let's go. 1 mana. It's too bad Kiora's not out there now, huh? I power up Incubator. Actually, guys, we're 27 minutes in. It might actually take them a second to win. I'm just gonna give this to them. I'm sure you guys are fine with that. I don't like conceding usually, but I definitely want to play more matches. Let's see what card's on top, and then we'll drop the concede, because it technically could still take a bit of time. Like, for example, we could see, like, Fading Hope on top, bounce their 8/8 token. I'm like, this is just, like, heavily leaning towards them. The problem is we're at 29, and so it might still take, like, 6 more turns or something ridiculous for them to actually wrap up the game. Like I said, I do want to see what's on top, though. Oh! Jace for 7. Dude, nice. Good game. Woo! You see that? See that? They added a little thingy. A little skull. Popped up when we died from the mill. Cool. I think that's the first time I've seen a mill in a long while. No, not a long while. We've been milled out by Jace relatively recently. Well, I guess no, it has been a while, huh? Last time we were milled out by Jace was still probably like a month ago. All right, opponent, what you bringing to the table, buddy? Oh, it's a bad hand, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bad hand. We can't keep the... And the opponent goes first, too. Okay, mulligan. Yeah, against that last... Oh, my. Game, we are not mono blue. I guess we'll have to try it, guys, because I don't want to go down to 5. We can send one of the terrors, so we'll still have 2. Fading Hope has a little bit of a tempo at the beginning here. Could save us a turn or 2. And then seeing the 3rd mana shouldn't be too bad, because we have 26. Oh, no. Oh, no, guys. I've been in that dilemma, opponent. Which one drop do I choose? Alright, Fading Hope is open. Yeah, opponent having mono red going first, this could be really bad. However, Thirst for Discovery. Terrors could come down relatively early. You know, Fading Hope's going to be an extra thing. Adversary. We should probably... Everything's gonna have haste here, huh? Syncopate, nice. So we can keep the Syncopate open next turn. For 1. Yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough. We should send it. Yeah, because they can easily play their 3rd mana. Another Fading Hope. Nice. Okay, good. Okay. I guess for now, we're a mono blue build as far as the opponent is concerned, right? Yep, 3rd mana. So the Syncopate wouldn't have been enough to stop the adversary. So I didn't mind sending it. Next turn, we'll have Thirst for Discovery. There's a small possibility. Worst case scenario is they see like 3 Phoenix Chick. And then they just fly over our terrors anyways. Okay, Kamano. Looks like they might even hold the adversary in hand for later on. They go like Lightning Strike our face, and then Swift Spear would be 3/4. And then that would be a great target for our Fading Hope. They're probably playing around to make Disappear, which actually would be really nice to have right now. I can still Fading Hope after it passes back, right? Yes, because it goes to blockers. Play with fire, and then we can drop the Fading Hope. Okay, I full controlled just in case. Auto pay, there we go. There we go. Kiora! Oh man, I really want this in my hand. I do. But we should send it. Against mono red, we aren't close to the 5 yet, and our biggest bet is multiple terrors on this board. Right? I think so. I think we just need to see more instants and sorceries. Oh, once we get the terrors down, then like top deck C double or something, we get like more terrors, just like an army. Okay, Kraken, that's actually not bad. Thirst for Discovery is open. That's all. That's it. We just keep it open, and maybe they play around to make Disappear again, or... Oh boy. Honestly, as far as like mono red goes, at least we saw our turn 3, right? That's good. That's good news. Yeah, Feldon's really bad. That would be a target for... That would be a target for the Fading Hope for sure. Let's see what we see on the Thirst for Discovery. There's a C double. So Terror's going to be 4 mana. If we ditch the Joint Exploration and the C double, it'll be 3, and then we have a chance of drawing land. We could also ditch the Kraken and keep like the Joint Exploration or whatever to play when it comes time. But no, I think we'll just ditch these. Get the terrors as cheap as possible. Oh yeah, they're actually 2, so we can play both of them. And Fading Hope. We could Fading Hope the Feldon for the turn. So, well, that doesn't make sense because it has haste. Fading Hope against hasty creatures isn't like the greatest. But I was thinking like if we do Fading Hope, then these cost 1 instead. But I think it might just be better just to play them. Right? It's not like they have flash or anything, and Commano's not a great target if we like Fading Hope, Swift Spear. Yeah, anything we Fading Hope just doesn't make a whole lot of sense there, I would say. Yeah, ditching the C double felt a little bit bad, but getting those nice and cheap, totally fine. Invasion. Oh, crap, dude. Yeah, now we just got to worry about burn this whole time. Down to 7. We probably have to block Swift Spear. Do we take 3 down to 4 and then risk the invasion killing us next turn? The big problem here, guys, is if we let them see the top 5 cards, it's really, really bad. Because then they could... Well, going down to 4 is really bad too, huh? Alright. I'm risking it. Down to 4. Feldon is very scary regardless, so... Gotta be cautious here, because technically they can tap down. Do I swing with anything is the question. They have Foundry to power up. We're at 4. If they see a land, they could play like Bloodthirsty Adversary. As much as I guess keeping Fading Hope open keeps us relatively safe for one swing, right? I hope so, at least. And what that does is it gets them down to 15, which means we have lethal on the board for next turn. And right now, it's a game of turns, man. Like, if we can just survive the turn, then there's a small chance, right? Because the Fading Hope, yeah, no, this is good. This is good. We have 16 on the board. We could bounce a blocker if they get, like, cautious and save a blocker back. Dude, this game was insane. What a crazy showcase of just strength from our creatures, man. Just big old chunky creatures, and look at all the ward 2, ward 2, ward 2. Okay, Foundry. So it could be... Oh, man. What's an invasion of Regatta anyways? Darn, guys, darn. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. Return target creature to its owner's hand. That's nothing. I guess we could do this and see what's on top of the deck. It was a headquarters. Oh, man. Yeah. So, if I would have blocked the Feldon, though, there was no guarantees at all. Good game. That was close. That was really, really close. It just so happened to work out in their favor that time round. But that really could have gone either way. Anyways, yeah, if we would have blocked the Feldon, they would have seen the top 5, which is probably just as dangerous as going down to 4, right? Because, yeah, they could have found a double piece of burn or anything like that, because we would have been at 5, so they would have needed like a Play with Fire or a Lightning Strike, and they had the land, so they could have just found like 2 Lightning Strike. No, Feldon only lets you play one of them. Yeah, you choose one. Maybe it was the block for Feldon. Go down to 5. I don't know. That's tough. We're going to try to squeeze one more game in, guys. The games are definitely taking a little bit longer. Oh my goodness. Axe and stuff flying in our face. Guys, will have to let me know what you thought of those last couple games. Like, very different dynamics. We had just, like, pure evil control. And then right after that, just fiery mono red. So I wonder if we can get a different dynamic here for the last match too. And we're hopefully going to be playing it out relatively fast too. Deeproot Wayfinder. This is a good hand, dude. This is totally fine. Fading Hope gives us a chance with a little bit of a scry. Opponent. Are you there, buddy? Oh, you're here. Yay. Okay. We have been running into a lot more opponents just chilling recently, and I think something's going on with, like, the game freezing. I think that's what's going on recently, but... Okay, well... Wayfinder, do you get picked up by Cutdown? No. Huh. I've been getting relatively lucky with not running into Cutdown. Thirst open. Might find a land with Terror. Well, this looks like a go for the throat now. Orzhov mid-range has been making an appearance. Probably just keep Thirst for Discovery open though, honestly, man. Right? They're wondering if they should take that out before we untap, because we might have protection for it, is what they were thinking there, probably. We could Fading Hope. Just play Spara's headquarters for the turn. Gets us the Scry. It lets us play our creature again next turn. I don't mind this. Kiora. Okay, actually, I'm going to keep that. There's a really good chance. We should actually just play this again instead of headquarters, right? There's actually a really good chance of playing out Kiora this game because it's probably mid-range. Liliana, wow, -2. Now we keep the Thirst for Discovery open. Hopefully we can start playing multiple things on the same turn. In other words, Liliana is going to be a huge problem. It's going to be Hullbreaker for the first discard. Oh no, we'll go Thirst for Discovery first and see what we see, right? Okay, oh, they got some red in here. Okay, before we discard, we do Thirst for Discovery. Make Disappear, that could have come in handy. The last game too, honestly. Man, Make Disappear is so strong. We should probably keep this, right? See double's pretty decent. We just don't know what we're up against, though. The 5th mana's fine. We're being forced to discard 2 here, is the problem. I guess it's going to be Hullbreaker. So that's 7 mana. Ah, but that could really wrap up the game, dude. Alright, Make Disappear, see double. Crap. That's a tough decision. We got to remember we're discarding from Liliana, too.
Drop it.
Like, Tidal Terror is a little easier to cast out than Hullbreaker. Hullbreaker dies to, like, everything in the opponent's deck regardless. It's not like they have counter spells that we have to worry about. And getting to the 7th mana might actually prove to be tricky. It breaks my heart, guys, but I'm ditching the Hullbreaker. Because if we ditch the Who Endures, then we probably won't play anything next turn. Oh, we saw the mana. Now, Liliana is up to -2, and we are in the Liliana lockdown state again, guys. Crap, this always happens. So now we play a creature, they -2, they can play second Liliana. And they definitely -2 the Kiora, man. They definitely do. I could pass. Would discard the Who Endures. But then Liliana's at... I don't think this is gonna work out, guys. I don't think this is gonna work out very well. The problem here is, if we pass, they go plus, we have to discard something. Then Liliana's at 3, and if they don't have the second one in hand, then any creature we play after the fact, you know, they go -2, only this time they get to keep Liliana on the board. If we play this out now, then at least it trades with the Liliana, or kinda sorta, you know what I mean? They go -2. And then we'll be able to keep the cards in our hand, play the Who Endures, and play out a 6-drop Tidal Terror. We just really gotta hope that they don't find the second Liliana. Yeah, stuck between a rock and a hard place here for sure, man. For sure. Reservoir Kraken, dude, nice. Also, they didn't find the second Liliana, but they have 5 mana open. I'm gonna go Kraken instead. It's got the ward too. So it's a little harder for the opponent to remove. And this way, we don't have to play the Who Endures. Especially since our 1/7 drop is in the grave. So if we see a land off the top, doesn't really matter. So we can keep this back. In case we have to discard or something. Oh, they have the other Liliana in hand. Well. When did they reveal that to us? When did they reveal that to us? Yeah, there's second Liliana. Crap, guys. These decks are brutal, man. Alright, discard the Who Endures. And then there's a chance we see land off the top. Deeproot Wayfinder. And then they got the -2 on Liliana 2 turns in a row. Maybe they'll actually let us keep Wayfinder. And if they go discard, we can use the Tidal Terror's ability. Oh, except then we'll have to discard the island. What am I thinking? I'm not thinking. That's the thing, right? Still trying to figure out when they revealed that other Liliana to us. I'm missing something for sure. Campus renovation. Oh, Okay, why not? That's a fun looking deck, opponent. It's not as like miserable as the first opponent's board, and then they go +1 and we're out of cards. Oh, they must want to keep their cards in hand. Land off the top wouldn't be bad. Well, untapped land off the top wouldn't have been bad. Oh, I should have kept that then. That's okay. That's okay. For some reason, they didn't want to discard. Portal, bring back my Hullbreaker Horror. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's brutal, man. Oh, man. So the reason if we wanted to do Island Cycle would be to thin out the deck. I think it's over, guys. I think it's over. I'm not going to take the extra time to thin out the deck or anything. Guys, I gotta be real with you guys. Okay, maybe not up against this build. We would have had to do something much better and much faster. But, oh, yeah, look at us. Tolarian Terror. I'm gonna let the opponent wrap this up because they got this, man. They got this. We don't have to tap down the Kraken for the turn because it doesn't have haste or anything. They still have, like, -2 on Liliana. Get rid of the Terror. Oh, the Liliana lockdown. I always bring it up, guys. It's very dangerous. Once it actually happens, it's so hard to get out of. You gotta, by some miracle, either kill Liliana as soon as it's there. Like a C double here would be insane. But it still wouldn't do too much because Liliana, right? Like we would see double like Hullbreaker Horror or something, which blocks well enough. It actually blocks itself pretty well. Drop the GGs for the opponent, man. Very fun. We take our Tidal Terror. Nice. Oh, man. Oh, I had these new emotes too, and I didn't use any of them. I should have. I really should have. What a fun build, guys. Pretty janky, especially if you take those matches as, you know, gospel for the build. Let's crack some packs here, dude. We're like 47 minutes in. We're fine. We're so fine. Oh, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Nope, I'm out of here. Let's see what we get from All Will Be One. I don't think I have all the cards from All Will Be One yet, so. Oh, okay. The Purity Overseer. I haven't built around this card yet. So 3 mana, 1/1. Enters the battlefield. Create a 3/3 colorless Phyrexian Golem artifact creature token. Beginning of your end step, if 3 or more artifacts enter the battlefield under your control this turn, create a 3/3 colorless Golem artifact creature token. Yeah, dude, nice. The fact that it's a 1/1 obviously makes it a little bit janky, but when it enters, it gives you 4 total power, or 4 4's worth, right? So I like it. We should build around that sometime. If you guys want to see that build, let me know. What's this? What is this? What did I click on? Why am I going to the store? Get me out of here. The game's freezing. I don't know why I did that. Guys, speaking of which, I'm just like meandering about here. Always feel free to skip ahead in the video. I got chapters. I got timestamps down in the description. Chapters at the bottom of the video as well. Okay, guys, here's the deck list again. Pretty janky. Pretty janky. But I don't know. There's a part of me in those games, and I know I bring this up all the time and I say this a lot, but I really think that a lot of those could, not the last game, the first two, especially the mono red one, right? Those could have gone either way. I really do believe that. And so while we call it jank, I think there's a little bit of hidden power underneath it all. Now, if you want to really push the power out, then you gotta like rip part of the soul out as well. And that is the fact that there's not that many great Octopus, Kraken, Leviathan, and stuff that actually want to be squeezed into the same build. And so like, you would have to drop down to like 1 Kiora and just have it as like a sideline card. You would have to drop down to like 1 Terror, same concept. And then just probably completely remove Reservoir Kraken at that point. And then you would just go up a lot of tempo, a little bit of ramp, and it might actually be relatively decent at that point. The mana was fine. I don't think it really held us up at all. We had to mulligan that one time. That was okay. C double, dude. I thought it was going to do more, but like we were kind of like held up in a lot of those matches, like what's it going to do in this game, what are we actually playing against, type of thing, right? And we had a lot of trouble actually keeping stuff on the board for C double to successfully do a thing. And except against that mono red game, C double didn't do a whole lot. And it would have done a lot in that first game if I just would have kept it back. Instead, I tried something that I thought maybe kind of could have worked, but then it didn't, because obviously the opponents happened after ours and wiped the board. Um, which is 100% my fault. I should have known it was going to happen in that order. But I had to try it, didn't I? But keeping this for like the Breach the Multiverse would have been absolutely incredible. Actually, just like overpowered, because we could have hit a lot worse from the Breach the Multiverse than what the opponents hit. They did hit a Kaya, but still, dude. I liked the Thirst for Discovery in here. Frillback was awesome. Wayfinder struggles to survive, as always. Joint Exploration is really good. I like it, especially when paired with 1-mana cards like Fading Hope. I think the counter spells were fine too. Yeah, like I said, if you want the deck to be better, you got to rip out part of the soul. And you can keep like the whole terror side of it, right? So if you go up ramp and stuff and you go up more tempo, then you probably want to make sure it has instant and sorceries, because like that's still a relatively neat concept to try to go Simic with the Tolarian Terror. It's actually just a relatively neat concept that might actually work fine. And that would push it a little bit out of jank, but I would still probably call it janky just because of how ridiculously powerful standard is right now, right? So, all right, guys, enough rambling. Let me know what you thought of the deck list. Do you want me to slip out of my comfort zone more often and play things just off theme from the channel? Let me know in the comments if you enjoy this kind of thing. Do you like to see Red Cat try Azorius control instead of Boros control, right? So let me know if you enjoy that kind of thing down in the comments for sure. Thank you so much for the suggestion again, and just for the fact that you're a patron. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Keep the suggestions rolling in the patron section of the Discord. I super duper appreciate you. And if you made it this far into the video too, thank you so much for being here, for real. It really does. It helps me out. It's very, very awesome of you. Y'all are champions. I will see you in the next video.